Hi guys, Ray here, City Fan TV. Hope you're all doing very well. Sunday morning, I'm here in Birmingham, England's second city. I've got a couple of shows on today in this little theatre. Got a little bit of time before my first show, so it's time for a video for you guys. And I'm going to talk about James McAtee. I'm going to talk about James McAtee and why I think we are potentially keeping this kid and playing him when I don't think he should be starting games at the moment. And I'll tell you why. I think it's the fear of missing out. FOMO. What do I mean by the fear of missing out? Well, we've seen a lot of youngsters leave City in recent times and go on to make it elsewhere. I'll run a few names by you and tell me what you think in the comment section below. Tell me if you think City would be better served by having some of these, if not all, of these players playing at City right now, and whether they are better than what we've currently got. Jeremy Frimpong, he's a City player. I think we sold him to Celtic for about, £2.5–4 million. He's gone off to Germany, he's doing really well. People are talking about paying 40 to 60 million quid for signing this kid in the summer. He'd be all right, I don't think he'd be too bad. Is he better than what we got? Well, you can think about that and let me know downstairs in the comment section. Who else? Romeo Lavia? Well, you could say he's not good enough. But Chelsea, all right, it is Chelsea, paid a lot of money for him. Liverpool were interested in him as well. Better than Calvin Phillips? Yeah. Better than having nobody? Yeah. And there's still talk of Chelsea selling him for 30, 40, 50 million this summer. So would you have liked to have him around? He's a bit more, you've got to sit on the fence. You don't really know. Let's go through some more. Morgan Rogers, now at Aston Villa. He was a City player. I think we sold him to Middlesbrough for £1 million, something like that. And look at him now. Look what he's doing now, ripping it up, playing for England. I think we'd love to have him back as an attacking midfielder. Got that energy, the pace, got a lot of skill. One of Aston Villa's better players this season. I think we'd love to have him back. Morgan Rogers. Who else? Cole Palmer. Obviously, he's a standout one. Cole Palmer. I'm sure you'd love to have Cole Palmer back. He went for 40, 45 million quid. We thought it was good money at the time. But now, if you want to buy Cole Palmer, 60 to probably 70, 80 million quid for Cole Palmer. We'd have loved him last season. Oh, he's dropped off a bit tailed off this second half of this season, but Chelsea aren't as good as they were in the first half of the season, and he was phenomenal last season. I really wanted him to stay, and he's a player that I think could have shone at City. Yes, if Pep ties the hands around the back and a bit, not wanting them to lose the ball and wanting them to pass it around, and you're not doing as much dribbling. He's got a bit more of a free rein at Chelsea. But Cole Palmer, I think you'd love to have Cole Palmer back. Elise, you might think, what have we got to do with Elise? Well, he was at our academy for one season. Elise went off to, obviously succeeded at Palace, off to Germany, ripping it up at Bayern Munich. How much is he worth? Well, 70, 80 million quid. Can't remember what Bayern paid, but it was somewhere north of 50, 60 million or whatever. He's worth a lot of money. I think we'd love to have Elise on the wing, Morgan Rogers through the middle, Cole Palmer through the middle, maybe Lavia as a DM supporting Kovacic or Rodri, Frimpong. Who else have we let go recently in the last few years? You could say, for various reasons, may not all be the same, but Brahim Diaz. He wanted to go to Real Madrid, so he's off to Real Madrid. There's others that we've got good money for, and we never, have fallen off a bit, like Ferran Torres. But yeah, Brahim Diaz would have been all right. There's several others. I'm just trying to wrap my brains to think of a few others, but there's a few other kids that have gone on and done all right elsewhere. As I said, Eric Garcia, you might say, comme ci, comme ça, I'm not sure. Sit on the fence about him. But as I said, Frimpong at City, I think you'd take him. Lavia, sit on the fence. But definitely Elise, definitely Cole Palmer, definitely Morgan Rogers. So get back to my point about James McAtee. Why is he playing? Well, I think there's a fear of missing out. Now, I saw McAtee coming through, all right, on the EDS videos and whatever, or matches that I used to watch years ago. Saw him coming through, saw Cole Palmer coming through. Chalk and cheese for me. McAtee's sweet, but Cole Palmer's different class. Now, out of the two, I'd have kept Cole Palmer and let McAtee go. But I think City are playing him because I don't know what his contract situation is. You know, unfortunately, these days I don't have a lot of time to do enough research on these videos. But I don't know what his contract situation is. But I think City would like him to sign a new contract and for several years. And if he doesn't make it, then, you know, we're not going to flog him off cheaply. We can let him go out on loan or sell him for decent money. If you've only got 1 or 2 years left on your contract, yeah, you're not going to get great money, I don't think. And part of it maybe put him in the shop window a bit as well. But I'm surprised Pep's playing him because we saw in the game against Southampton, he did nothing in the first half and taken off, and look at the difference Doku made. So part of me thinks some of these kids, not a lot of them, but mainly McAtee, is playing because he might make it. You know, we've let people go just before they've made it. And maybe we're thinking, keep them playing, extend the contracts, get big money, or maybe eventually they might make it at City, and that's my belief. I just don't think he's good enough. But let me know, as I said, let me know what you guys think. Would you have liked all these other players to stick around at City? Yes, it's difficult for them to break through, but look what they're doing now. Is there a better way of doing it? Because for many years we've been really happy selling players on, making big money, but we're not got the quality. We've let the team age, and these players have gone on, and some of them have done very, very well indeed, and we'd love to have them back. Guys, if you're new to the channel, it would be fantastic if you could subscribe. If you can hit that bell icon, you'll be notified as soon as new videos come out. We'll see you around, Blues.